Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. So here we are. And at this particular point is where I could say I'm actually loving what is going on. Yes, this is what competition is all about. It brings out the fierceness in athletes, and I absolutely love it. Now, on Saturday, in case some of y'all were sleeping under a rock and still don't know, Oblique Seville went out, and what I said in my video stands: demolished, obliterated, oblique. Did you see what I did there? The play on words. Yes, he obliterated. He obliqued him. He obliqued Noah, right? To walk away with a win in the men's 100 meters, running 9.82 seconds, a personal best, a meeting record, and a world leading performance. Noah Lyles was, behind him, 9.85 seconds, right? But it was very clear based on how the race ended that one, Oblique Seville, considering that he shut it down, could have gone, a bit faster. And the bit faster, in my opinion, would have been that 9.7 that I was speaking on, right? So with that said, coming out of that, clearly Jamaicans, are over the moon with the performance. Of course, for those watching it live, which didn't include Noah Lyles because he was busily trying to catch Oblique Seville. He didn't know what went down in the actual race until after the fact. And I mean, this is after his interview where, he gave some excuse about, the gun going too quickly.
I was satisfied with the performance. I was disappointed in the gunman. I mean, none of us were even set. Half of us weren't even set before the gun went off. And that's very disappointing to see.
He blaming the starter. You know what I mean? Personally, Chuck, is when I think about starts, I've always, disliked the starters that held the race up too long or held them in the set position for too long. I've preferred when you literally set go. You know what I mean? As soon as you're literally settled in your blocks, they say set and go, right? Because I feel like, it kind of leads to potential issues, like people potentially fall starting when you hold them too long. So I've always preferred, in your box, everybody is settled, okay, set go. You know what I mean? That's how I preferred it, and that's pretty much what happened in Kingston. So yeah, he was, grumbling about that. But I did hear, a few people, track and field people say, hey, there's no such thing as, a fast gun. You know what I mean? Whatever gun you get, you just have to react and go. You know what I mean? So it is what it is when it comes to Noah Lyles and grumbling about that. But while he was complaining, as I said, about the start, attributing that to his potential loss, Jamaica was burning down Twitter talking about what Oblique Seville did to Noah Lyles in that race. No, memes all across showing Oblique Seville's face saying,
"You know who this is, motherfucker."
And I talked about it in my video. I said, look here, I might tone this is my yard. This I am defending my territory, and I did so. Who are you to come and say you're going to come and do whatever in Kingston? Are you crazy? This is my place, my town. You know what I mean? So, of course, social media, as I said, was going crazy, about this. And it seems as though later on, Noah Lyles, got wind of what really happened in the race. And Noah Lyles being his petty self. And if you know anything about Noah Lyles is quite petty. You've seen it with, Christian Coleman, right? You've seen it also with Fred Curley as well. Plus, you've also seen it with the young 200-meter starlet that they have there in America, Arian Knighton. He is quite petty. We've seen multiple interviews with, Noah Lyles and athletes and how petty he can really get. But what happens is that, when he comes out and he, speaks his, to whatever he's going to do, or remembering when somebody did something to him and what he's going to do in a race, he pretty much always stands on business, you know what I mean, and delivers, right? Since 2024, of course, we've seen, the rivalry between himself and Christian Coleman leading into the World Indoor Championships, which eventually Christian Coleman walked away with the win there. But we definitely saw, a most recent rivalry there. And now it seems as though we are set for another rivalry, and this time it's between Oblique Seville and, again, Noah Lyles, and we're here for it. So Noah Lyles took to his Twitter. He took to his Instagram and he posted Twitter. he took to his Twitter. He took to his Twitter and he posted a snapshot or a screenshot of Oblique Seville looking over at him while he is literally, breaking his neck trying to catch up. And, Oblique Seville has cut his speed, looking over like, I'm the boss in town here. Yeah, no, this is my show. He says, oh, yeah, I'll remember this. See you in Paris at Oblique Seville. So he at him. He says, at Oblique Seville, Missy, what you do? You think that you run this? You're going crazy over one win? All right. See you in Paris. That is what he said. And track is, as I said, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This builds anticipation. Now, everybody, other than, the regular clashes that everybody was looking forward to, but this gets everybody's tongues wagging and the anticipation and the excitement. Jamaica versus United States. Are we going to see, this type of resurgence? We haven't seen it in a few years, clearly, because Jamaica has been rebuilding, but now it seems as though an Oblique, I'm not the only one with this one. Make America know Oblique is not the only one. But anyway, right now that we have this resurgence, from Jamaica, are we back to the Jamaica versus America tit for tat? When you looked at, Justin Gatlin versus Anasafa Powell, Tyson Gay, versus Usain Bolt coming through the years. And I'm talking about recent years, clearly, when Jamaica, gained a foothold in sprinting on the male side, because the women have always been killing it, right? Now we're here, in 2024, and it seems as though this rivalry is back on, and it's hot, hot, hot right now, trackies. And as I said, I am here for it. You see, when it comes to racing and on the track, I draw a line. This is Jamaica over here. This is everybody else. And I think that's what Americans do as well. This is them, and that is everybody else. They want to win. We want to win. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm excited for it. No, clearly, Oblique Seville knows he said this. In my opinion, he knows he said this, but Oblique is going to leave him on red. You know what I mean? You know that when you get messages and you read it and, respond to the person. Yeah. So Oblique, leave him on red. But let him stew over there, because we know Lyles is over there stewing, and he's going to be doing everything in his power to try to take you down at the Paris Olympic Games, as well as everybody else. And he's petty enough, right? If he's, ahead of you before the line ends and nobody else is in front of him, he will pull this same look at Oblique Seville. He will do the same thing, right? So with that said, Oblique Seville, we are going to be leaving him on red, as I said, and focus and refocus ourselves and say, all right, this was a one win for Jamaica to uplift themselves. We uplifted now, right? Good. All right, cool. Now it's time for me to do this on the big stage, but also make sure that I'm executing my race 100% straight through the line. So it means that now that I've already, big up my chest, puff up my chest, and show you say I'm the man in town. Now it's time to go out there and stop the gimmicks. Gimmicks time's done. Don't know. Time to run through the line. So when I see you next, if it's trials, I see you next. Okay, cool, no problem. If I see you in another one-off race someplace, cool. I want to see you run through the line. That's what we need to practice now, because Noah Lyles is very much knows, what your shorts, what your shortcomings are, and your shortcomings are so far, in every single championship, is slowing down and looking over, right? That has to stop. You've done it successfully so far this year, I have to admit. So far this year, this is the only time you've done it, and Jamaica's, we're eating it up. We're eating it up and we love it, but it stops here. Serious business now. We are heading into the trials of Oblique Seville. Us, me and you. We're heading into the trials, and we're gonna run straight through the line. You know what I mean? Get this down pat. Practice this, because best believe Noah Lyles will be coming at you. And if you notice, again, when everybody is focused on winning a race, they're straight face, they're face forward, I should say, and they're focusing on the line. They're not looking at their competition, because the goal is getting to the line before everybody else. You will see your competition after the fact. You don't need to focus on them, during the race, right? So with that said, you don't want to be caught slipping, you know what I mean, in another race. And because at this particular point, this moment here that we're eating up is going to look kind of clownish, right? And we don't want that to happen. So I'm saying next time we head into a race, right, we make sure that we're on our P's and Q's and we run straight to the line. Trials, and the same thing follow through for the Olympic Games, because as I said, Noah Lyles is petty enough that if he ever should defeat you at the Olympic Games, he's gonna pull the same move on you, and you don't want that. So make sure that you run straight through the line and really show these people what you're capable of. As I say, guys, this one Jamaica, and you don't know Jamaica may carry all the way when it comes to this new resurgence rivalry going on. But yeah, I'm here for it. I love it. I'm excited seeing Noah Lyles, bring this type. And I've been talking about it for a while. A lot of people find him corny. Yeah, okay, fine. He can be a bit corny. I agree. But guess what? He gets us talking. And that's what is important. He's building rivalries to make the sport, interesting. If there's nothing to talk about, then we're all sitting here bored, staring at, the 10-second race, and that is it. But now, look at this. The race has ended and it's still going, still going, still going, still going, still going. So that's what we want in track and field, so that the sport can be uplifted, and I said, and continue to grow. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. So, Oblique Seville is being threatened by Noah Lyles. He says in Paris, only say Jamaica, we have this lock. We are gonna do the same thing. No, not the same thing. Oblique can do it after and cross the line. Sure, no problem. You know what I mean? But one defeat here, the confidence that Oblique Seville has been able to get out of this race, he will continue to be able to walk these people heading, into Paris, and therein after. Let me know your thoughts. You don't know anything about it already. TXT track time is always going to be repping Team Jamaica. What does it look like? My eyes are missing. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.